Hey, how are you today? So, we're finna be reacting to the top 5 scary haunted house urban legend stories. So, if y'all want to see more videos like this, it's dark stuff like that. So, make sure y'all guys subscribe and like and comment down below. Because most of y'all guys just be watching my videos. Please just hit that like button. That's all you gotta do. Or just subscribe for y'all boy. Cause I'm dropping more bangers like this, guys. Don't worry about like when we're not gonna do a video like this. So I'm just gonna do a video cause I like hearing about urban legends, cause that sounds like interest, like somebody will react to.
We're into August, which means that fall is right around the corner, which also means that in a couple of months it will be Halloween. We all love spooky attractions, but nothing is as alluring as a haunted house. Something that is reputed to be filled with such evil nobody will live there. So today on Top 5 Scary Videos, I'm going to be counting down our list of the top 5 scary haunted house urban legends. Before we begin though, be sure to stick around until the end of the video where I'll be responding to some of your comments. And with that, let's jump in. In at number 5, the Sally House, Atchison, Kansas. Built in the mid-1800s.
Wait a minute, guys. I think I heard about the Sally House. It's like a lot of, I think a little girl or something died in. I think I really heard of the Sally House. Yeah, Sally House. I think I heard of it. I don't know. Let me see.
Atchison, Kansas. The Sally House is believed to be haunted by a little girl named Sally, who died in the home during appendicitis surgery. However, it was in the mid-1990s that Sally's story began to receive both local and national attention, when the owners at the time, Tony and Deborah Pickman, began noticing strange occurrences in the home, including attacks on Tony, unexplained voices, and burnt finger marks. After investigations were conducted by the Kansas Paranormal Group, it was discovered that Sally wasn't the only ghost haunting the house, but there was also a middle-aged woman. However, one paranormal believer has an explanation for the second ghost. They believe that this is in fact Sally's mother, who died not long after Sally passed away. She'd attacked the doctor and died, with the spirits remaining in the home. The mother is said to still be grieving the loss of her child, and is the one who is said to attack visitors. However,
y'all guys, that is so sad. Like a mother like that was still crying, even though a mother is a ghost. So guys, I had kind of paused the thing real quick because the camera was kind of glitchy for a second. So I just gonna play it back.
However, Sally is said to be a happy ghost and tries to play with children that move in the house. Other
paranormal experiences in the house include pictures being turned upside down, floating objects, disembodied voices, apparitions, toys being thrown around, and doors opening, closing, locking, and unlocking. The house is now standing vacant, with nobody wanting to live in the home. However, the house offers self-guided tours in September and October, as well as guided day tours and special overnight visits. In at number 4,
That's what you said.
The Myrtles Plantation, St. Francisville, Louisiana. The Myrtles Plantation,
St. Francisville, Louisiana. The Myrtles Plantation is a historic home and former antebellum plantation in St. Francisville, Louisiana. Built back in 1796 by General David Bradford, the plantation is reported.
That's a lot. What is that? Wait, let me zoom into the camera. What is that? Oh, what? That's scary.
Be one of America's most haunted homes. The plantation house is rumored to be on top of
The plantation house is rumored to be on top of an ancient Indian burial ground, with it currently being a bed and breakfast and offering historical and mystery tours for ghost hunters. The plantation is said to be home to at least 12 different ghosts, with it often being reported that 10 murders occurred in the home. However, historical records only indicate the murder of William Winter. William Drew Winter was an attorney who lived in the plantation from 1865 until 1871, until he was shot by a stranger. After being shot, it is said that he staggered inside the house and died trying to climb the stairs. He died on the 17th step, and to this day, visitors as well as employees still hear his dying footsteps. Jumping ahead to 2002, Unsolved Mysteries filmed a segment at the plantation, and according to host Robert Stack, the production crew experienced technical difficulties during the production. It was also featured on the TV series Ghost Adventures, as well as on the series Most Terrifying Places in America. In at number 3, House of Death, New York. On 14th West 10th Street in Greenwich Village in New York stands a picturesque home, which is now known as the House of
Only in New York. How many of y'all guys, I never literally heard of like the House of Death. I thought it was like the Warren Hotel, because I know about the Warren Hotel. But I do not know about the House of Death. That sounds like scary. But it's a lot of people who died in there.
With it having a less than cute history. Since its construction back in the 1850s
near the start of the Civil War, 22 people have reported to have died in the home, and according to the New York Post, some of their spirits have never left. Some residents over the years have reported sightings of Samuel Clemens, aka Mark Twain, who lived in the building between 1900 and 1901. Sightings of the author have been reported on the first floor of the home near the staircase, with him said to be wearing a white suit. Allegedly, the spirit stated, "My name is Clemens and I has a problem here I gotta settle." A few years later, after the sighting, the house was converted into a 10-unit apartment building. However, the hauntings did not cease. According to the New York Post, actress Jan Bryant Bartell and her husband moved into the apartment on the top floor in 1957 and immediately felt a monstrous moving shadow that loomed up behind her. After she left the home, she published a memoir where she wrote about feeling a brush against the back of her neck and smelling a rotting odor throughout the apartment. She went on to state that on one particular occasion she saw a vision of a man and she reached out to him. She stated that she touched a substance without substance, chilly damp, diaphanous as March mist or a cloud of ether. Coming in at number 2, Lalaurie Mansion, New Orleans, Louisiana. Located on 1140 Royal Street in New Orleans is the Lalaurie Mansion, a home which was reported to be one of the most haunted places in the world. Some may also be familiar with this house as it was depicted on American Horror Story Coven. Now, this home is where slaves were tortured at the hands of Delphine Lalaurie. Born Marie Delphine McCarty, but more commonly known as Madame Lalaurie, she was a New Orleans socialite and serial killer who, like I said, tortured and murdered slaves in her home. Accounts of Lalaurie's treatments of slaves between the years of 1831 to 1834 are mixed. However, Harriet Martineau, writing in 1838, claimed that enslaved people kept by Lalaurie were observed to be singularly haggard and wretched. However, in public appearances, Lalaurie was seen to be generally polite to them. Now, everything changed when a fire broke out in the home on April 10, 1834, which began in the kitchen. When the police were called and the fire marshals arrived, they found the cook chained to the stove by her ankle, with her later stating that she had started the fire as an attempt to end her life. As reported in the New Orleans Bee of April 11, 1834, bystanders responding to the fire attempted to enter the quarters of the enslaved people to ensure that everyone had been evacuated. Upon being refused the keys by the Lalauries, the bystanders broke down the doors to the quarters and found, I quote, 7 slaves, more or less horribly mutilated, suspended by their neck with their limbs apparently stretched. When the discovery was made and the news broke out, a mob of local citizens attacked the Lalauries' residence and demolished and destroyed everything upon which they could lay their hands. Now, the original mansion occupied by Lalaurie did not survive, with the mansion on the corner of Royal Street, which is commonly referred to as the Lalaurie Mansion, not being the same building inhabited by Lalaurie. Despite that, many believe that the ground itself is still haunted. And finally, coming in at number 1, Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast, Massachusetts. First and foremost, Lizzie Borden was an American woman who was the primary suspect in the 1892 axe murders which took place at the home in Fall River, Massachusetts. The victims were Lizzie's father and her stepmother, with her being ultimately acquitted of the murders. Now, this case received a huge amount of attention across the United States, and following her release from jail where she had been held during the trial, Lizzie opted to remain in the same area where the deaths occurred, despite facing ostracism from other residents. Lizzie ultimately spent the remainder of her life in Fall River before passing away of pneumonia at the age of 66. The Lizzie Borden house is of course the home where the Borden family lived, with it being located on 232nd Street in the city of Fall River. From 1874 to 1892, the house was the property of Andrew Borden, Lizzie's father, who was a member of Fall River High Society. After Lizzie's trial and ultimate acquittal, she bought another home located on 7 French Street that she named Maplecroft. This is where she remained until her death. Now, as of today, the Borden house operates as a bed and breakfast, and it has been doing so since 1996. It is currently owned by Martha McGinn, whose grandparents purchased the home back in 1948. According to Martha, the room where Lizzie's stepmother was found murdered is the most requested room of the bedrooms at the B&B, which is incredibly sick and twisted. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with that list? Were there any haunted house urban legends that we missed. Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. Perhaps we're going to do a part 2. Before I go though, I just want to respond to a few comments from one of our last videos. Top 5 scary Disney Pixar urban legends. Andy,
I had a great experience about these videos. I might go to houses like this. I'm thinking about going to houses like this, the urban legends. This sounds so creepy, guys. Like, the story kind of scary. Because, like, the way the picture was when the man got his head bashed, I don't know what happened. So, that was the axe mothers. So, that house right there was the axe mothers, I think. That's why, like, they called it that. So, guys, if y'all like this video, comment, subscribe, and like and comment. Because I am sleepy. But I love you guys. And don't forget to like and comment down below. I'll see you guys. But like that video, okay? Alright, guys. Okay. Bye.